In the vast expanse of the sky, high above the earth, a gentle stir began to form. The wind, in its nascent state, was born from the meeting of warm and cool air masses. It started as a subtle whisper, a delicate breath that seemed almost imperceptible. As the sun rose higher in the sky, warming the ground and causing the air above it to rise, the wind felt its first gentle push, urging it to move, to explore. The wind began its journey over a tranquil ocean, where the water shimmered under the morning light. It glided effortlessly over the surface, feeling the cool spray of the sea as it danced along the waves. The wind noticed the schools of fish beneath the water, moving in harmonious patterns, and the occasional leap of a dolphin breaking the surface in a graceful arc. The ocean was alive with life, and the wind felt a deep connection to this vast, watery world. As it continued its path, the wind encountered a group of seabirds riding the thermals. It playfully swirled around them, feeling the freedom and joy of flight. The birds called out to each other, their cries mingling with the sound of the waves, creating a symphony of nature. The wind carried their voices far and wide, spreading their song across the open sea. Leaving the ocean behind, the wind moved inland, passing over a stretch of golden sand dunes. The heat of the desert was intense, and the wind felt its currents rise and fall as the sun baked the ground below. It swept across the dunes, lifting grains of sand and creating intricate patterns that shifted and changed with each passing moment. The wind marveled at the beauty of the desert, the way the landscape seemed to transform with every breath. The wind then found itself over a lush forest, where the air was cool and filled with the scent of pine and earth. It rustled through the treetops, causing the leaves to dance and shimmer in the dappled sunlight. The forest was a place of peace and serenity, and the wind felt a sense of calm as it moved among the trees. It carried the calls of birds, the rustle of animals in the underbrush, and the gentle sound of a stream flowing through the forest. The wind felt the life of the forest, the interconnected web of plants and animals, each playing their part in the grand tapestry of nature. Continuing its journey, the wind encountered a vast meadow, where wildflowers of every color stretched out as far as the eye could see. It gently bent the stalks of grass, causing the flowers to sway in a gentle, rhythmic dance. The wind felt the warmth of the sun on its back and the sweet scent of blooming flowers filling the air. It carried the pollen from one blossom to another, playing its role in the cycle of life and helping to spread new growth. The wind moved onward, now over a majestic mountain range. It felt the exhilaration of climbing higher and higher, the air growing thinner and cooler as it ascended. The peaks were covered in snow, glistening like diamonds in the sunlight. The wind roared through the mountain passes, creating powerful gusts that whistled and howled, echoing off the rocky cliffs. It felt the raw power and beauty of the mountains, the sense of timelessness and grandeur that they embodied. As it descended from the mountains, the wind found itself in a bustling city. The air was filled with the sounds of human activity, the hum of traffic, the chatter of people, the distant wail of sirens. The wind wove through the streets, brushing past people going about their daily lives. It lifted the corners of newspapers, played with the hair of children, and carried the scent of street food. The city was alive with energy and movement, and the wind felt a part of this human tapestry, touching lives in small, unnoticed ways. Leaving the city behind, the wind journeyed over rolling hills and fertile farmlands. It brushed against fields of wheat, causing them to ripple like a golden sea. The farmers looked up from their work, feeling the cool breeze on their faces, a welcome respite from the day's labor. The wind carried the scent of fresh earth and growing crops, a reminder of the cycles of planting and harvest that sustained life. The wind continued its path, now finding itself over a serene lake. The surface of the water was calm and mirror-like, reflecting the sky and the surrounding landscape. The wind caressed the water, creating gentle ripples that spread out in concentric circles. It felt the presence of fish swimming below and the quiet stillness of the lake's depths. The wind carried the calls of frogs and the buzz of insects, the sounds of life that thrived in and around the water. As the day turned to evening, the wind began to slow its pace. The sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm golden light across the land. The wind felt a sense of contentment, having witnessed the beauty and diversity of the world. It moved through a quiet valley where the shadows lengthened and the air grew cool. The wind rustled through the tall grasses, carrying the scent of evening flowers and the soft murmur of a nearby stream. The wind finally came to rest in a secluded grove, where ancient trees stood tall and proud. The grove was a place of peace and reflection, a sanctuary from the outside world. The wind gently stirred the leaves, creating a soothing, whispering sound. It felt a deep sense of connection to this place, a sense of belonging and homecoming. The wind had traveled far and wide, seen countless wonders, and touched many lives. Now it could rest, knowing that it had played its part in the grand symphony of nature. As night fell, the stars began to twinkle in the sky, and the moon cast its silver light over the grove. The wind felt a sense of tranquility and fulfillment, knowing that it would continue to be a part of the endless cycle of life. It closed its metaphorical eyes and settled into a gentle, restful state, ready to begin its journey anew when the time came. And so the wind's story came to a peaceful end, a tale of movement and stillness, power and gentleness, a journey that would continue as long as the world turned and the sun rose and set. The wind, in its infinite dance, was a reminder of the beauty and interconnectedness of all things, a timeless presence in the ever-changing world.